India has a population of close to 1.4 trillion people and is one of the fastest growing economies in the world. The country's gross national income in 2018 was 2020 US dollars per capita, which is considerably lower than the world average. However, if you look at India's purchasing power, that is to say, if you consider that with $1 you can buy significantly more in India than in the United States, then India's gross national income is 7,680 US dollars, whereas the world average is about 18,000. India's economy is growing rapidly even though there was a recent slowdown. Taking inflation into account, India's economy is expected to grow just 5.3% in the second half of the 2019-2020 fiscal year that ends at the end of March. But despite this recent slowdown, India's economy is projected to grow more than 7% annually in the coming years. And that is well above India's annual budget deficit of about 3.5% of gross domestic product. India's government debt is equal to about 68% of GDP. Now let's take a look at the Indian workforce. India has a huge labor force of over 500 million people. The unemployment rate as of December 2019 is 7.7%. The majority of Indians is working in agriculture, even though agriculture only contributes around 15% to gross domestic product. About a third is employed in the service sector, while a quarter has jobs in the industry sector. Since more and more people are working in the services sector, there is enormous growth potential for the Indian economy, which is already among the top 7 economies in the world. The country's top trading partners are the United States, the United Arab Emirates, China, Hong Kong, Singapore, and Saudi Arabia. India had a large trade deficit of 185 billion US dollars in 2018. The Indian economy relies heavily on oil imports. About 4/5 of the domestic oil demand is imported. In monetary terms, this means that around 100 billion of all imports can be attributed to oil purchases. That's why rising oil prices are harmful for the Indian economy. India will soon overtake China to become the most populous country in the world, sometime around 2027. The Indian economy has enormous growth potential and is on its way to become a superpower. It will take time though. India's current living standards, GNI per capita as shown at the beginning, indicate that there is still a long road ahead.